Hi everybody, this is homework help for multi-step equations 1. I did some of these in class today, but I'm just going to do them all again to be sure. So number 1 is x minus 1 over 2 equals 5. Well, we're going to divide both or multiply both sides by 2 in order to get the 2 out of the denominator. So that cancels. This equals 10, and x minus 1 remains here. We add 1 to 0 the coefficient. To 0 the constant, and x equals 11. Okay, box your answer. For number 2, we have to start with combining like terms. 5x and negative 2x are like terms. So we're going to combine them and get 3x. Carry down the 3 equals 24. 0 the constant. And you have 3x equals 21. And then we divide both sides by 3 and get x is equal to 7. Okay. 3 and 4, sorry about my mess right here, started to write it weird. Okay, again we're going to combine like terms with these numbers, and positive 6 minus 5 is just 1, so 2g is carried down, and then we need to 0 the constant, so we're going to subtract 1 from both sides and we get 2g is equal to 10. Divide both sides by 2, and we get g is equal to 5. Okay, for this problem, we need to distribute before we do anything. So 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 2 is 16. This is equal to 32. Then we need to 0 the constant. Constantly are zeroing our constant. Okay, and then it's 8x equals 16. Divide both sides by 8. And x is, I'll go over here, x is equal to 2. Okay, so those I did pretty fast. Those are just like what we did in class. And then we get into some slightly harder stuff. So number 5, it's number 7 down here. Number 5, we have fractions, and I always say let's multiply to get the fractions to be whole numbers if possible. So we're going to actually multiply both sides by 4, and I'm choosing 4 because this denominator will be wiped out. This fraction will turn into a 1 if we multiply it by 4. And this is just an easy multiplier if we multiply it by 4. So, like I said, this changes to a 1. So 1/4 times 4 is 1. And since this quarter is applied to this whole value, we can just interact these two numbers. And that might be a little confusing, but basically if you think about it, this parentheses only affects what's directly inside the next set of parentheses, or inside of it. So this affects this guy, and this guy affects in here. The reason why these are square parentheses is just so you can see the difference in the fact that you have a parentheses inside a parentheses. So this cancels to a 1, so we just end up with y minus 8 on this side. And this is equal to 2, because 4 times a half is 2. And then we have a much easier equation. We're going to 0 our constant, and we end up with y is equal to 10. Okay, here we need to distribute a lot of things before we can get started. So we have 3x minus 6 minus 10x minus 5. I think we did this one in class too, I want to say. So we simplified the distribution. Now we need to combine like terms. So 3x and negative 10x can be combined into negative 7x, and negative 6 and negative 5 makes a negative 11. All these negative numbers, I wish they'd be positive. I'm just kidding. Okay, plus 11, zeroes out, negative 7x equals 14. 7 divided by negative 7. X is equal to negative 2. I know we did that in at least a couple classes today. Okay, and then the last one is this word problem. And it says that half a number, and I'm just reading from my notes here because I don't have it in front of me, but half a number is half a number added to 2 times or twice the difference of a number and 5 is equal to 0. So that's how we're going to represent this in equation form. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this. We get x over 2 plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. I'm going to do something kind of crazy here. I'm going to say that this is equal to 2.5x minus 10 is equal to 0, and then plus 10. I just want you to see that you could do that in more than one way. 2.5x equal to 10. And then we divide both sides by 2.5. I'm practically off the paper. 2.5. And, well, how many times does 2.5 go into 10? I think about it like money, like 250. 250 would go into 10 4 times. So x is equal to 4. And we're done.